Right now at 10:30, we continue following breaking news on the shooting of a Valley police officer.
Starr County District Attorney Omar Escobar says the officer was shot with his own weapon. Channel 5's Trayson Bragg is live in McAllen with the latest. Trayson, what can you tell us?
Christine, Oscar, we are now learning the officer's name is Noe Flores. We're actually here in McAllen in the hospital district of the city because the Starr County DA, Omar Escobar Jr., tells us the officer was rushed here to one of the hospitals. We're currently trying to figure out which hospital he's in, but the DA tells us that the officer was shot in the hip and suffered a non-life-threatening wound. And as you guys mentioned, that bullet was fired from his own weapon. Now, here's a photo of the scene of the shooting earlier today, and here's what we know so far, guys. That all started in Jim Hogg County, just north of Starr County at about 6:30 this evening. Authorities there were chasing a suspect. We're told that chase ended in Rio Grande City on Alvarez Road, and that's where Officer Flores actually began to scuffle with that suspect, and that's when the DA tells us that the suspect began grabbing for the officer's gun, which then fired. As we have already mentioned, guys, we're learning that the officer, Noe Flores, is a member or an investigator of the high-intensity drug trafficking area or HIRTA unit of the Rio Grande City Police Department, guys. The DA tells us that the suspect is now in custody and that he plans to file charges. Again, he tells us that the officer suffered a non-life-threatening wound and is expected to make a full recovery. Reporting live in McAllen, Trayson Bragg, Channel 5 News at 10:30.
And just into the newsroom, we just received an official statement from the Starr County District Attorney. It reads in part, "This incident reminds us of the kinds of dangers our law enforcement community face every time they go out on duty. We are all relieved that the officer was not seriously injured and will be able to return home to his family."